So are accelerators, are startup accelerators and incubators, are they worth it? What are your thoughts? Hey y'all, I'm Lindsay T, Lady Engineer. Today I'm going to give you a few more thoughts on accelerators, a few more things that you should consider before applying and joining. But before I do, make sure that you subscribe, like, comment with other questions you have because I am here to help you. Okay, so for those of you that don't know me or haven't watched any of my other videos, I have been in the startup world since 2005 when I went to Silicon Valley with like a twinkle in my eye. I have been hired by accelerators to work with all their startups. I've been paid to also give talks and do workshops. I've been a mentor. I've done open office hours. So I have been involved in a lot of different startup accelerators and programs. That's how I think I'm qualified to give you my insight. So today I have about like 5 things that I want to give you to think about. First on those is that the majority of startups, accelerators, and incubators, the majority of startups that go to these programs are going to them for the network and the community support. So you should be looking for probably those same things because that's what accelerators and incubators are really good at. The most popular ones is you're looking for peer and camaraderie support, potentially open doors to fundraising opportunities, and just know that because the support you might get in other areas will be a little less than. Okay. The second thing is that there are accelerators that are more of the spray and pray model. Those are your Y Combinators and 500 startups where they really are giving a little bit of money to a lot of startups in hopes that like only 1, 2, 3 have to really succeed to make all that money back and make the investment worth it. So if you're joining one of those, you're not going to get a lot of individual support from real experts. You're going to meet lots of people and get a lot of community and peer support. And you'll get a logo, you'll get the endorsement, the validation of being like, we got money from this program, meaning that there are some professionals out there that thought you were good enough to take some money, and that might open the doors with other investors. So that's also a great reason is to just, get some initial validation. The thing is that these companies or these programs, they're not going to give you a lot of individual support, and they'll probably throw most of their resources behind the few that they find promising. Um, the third thing is that even the more selective accelerators that might give you more funding and a little more individual support, but like they only have 12 startups per cohort. This is like your Dream It or Techstars. They are still going to put most of their resources behind the 1 to 3 startups in that program that are really promising, and they will let the others fall to the wayside, okay? So you should definitely keep that in mind because if you're not getting the support you want as the program goes on, then it's kind of like they don't really believe in you, okay? So that's a gamble that you're taking. Um, 4 is that I hear a lot of people say that it is not worth it to look at the lesser known programs, and I couldn't disagree more. So obviously there's some value to being in a bigger program and having that logo validation, but you should know that at the stage you are with angel investors, a lot of angel investors are investing in their specific region. So if you are not in one of the big metropolitan areas, going with a smaller accelerator that is hyper local. For instance, one of my clients got $25,000 as part of Accelerate Baltimore. There's a ton of value in that because there is a local angel network that is probably going to be more interested in you. You have less competition getting into that program. There's that money is super meaningful. It would be meaningful from any of these programs, but that is a great way for a young startup that maybe isn't getting into these well-known programs to get started and get some early funding. No matter what you choose, this is my 5th and final thing, is no matter what you choose, really be clear on what you're trying to get out of the program. I have seen startup founders blow through the remaining $18,000 in funding pursuing product features that an investor told them was a good idea, and it wasn't a good idea. So be clear on the advice you're looking for, be clear on who that advice is coming from, and be judicious and remain steadfast in what you know and believe to be true about your business so that no one in these programs leads you astray. Okay, so again, I'm Lindsay T, Lady Engineer. I think there's tons of value in accelerators and incubators, and I often help my clients get to a point where they can confidently apply and get into these programs. You just have to really be clear on what it is you're trying to get out of them. All right, leave your questions in the comments. I'm happy to answer more.